Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising in Venus. Welcome, I'm David. This is Warriors of Light Astro Tarot, and today I'm using my special Gilded Tarot Classic from my box. This is like the oldest deck I have that I brought to Mexico, original decks. So I usually only use it for personal readings, but I was called to today. I'm Sag, Sun, Jupiter, Mercury, Mars. But my moon's in Cancer, and then all my planets, all my Sag is the fourth house, so a lot of Cancer. Sun's in Cancer now. And that could be tough energy, just archetype-wise, it's that in conjunct for us. My sun's in conjunct moon, as a matter of fact. The astrologer, that's a biggie. Really want to watch for that in synastry. Otherwise, we're really looking good. Like the big thing for Sag, astrologically, and I mean it's huge, is Jupiter, our planet, our cavalier. It's a nice trine in Aries, and it's where all the juice is. The engine, the will, ability, the energy, the actual undertaking of. And Mars is there and at home, just cranking trine. So it's already, Mars is busted through the Charon asteroid, and maybe that could have been some kind of help if Charon was real prominent for me. It was for me. If Charon was prominent in your chart, there at 16 degrees Aries, and now Mars is getting ready to hit the asteroid Eris, which is a sister of Mars. So this is a huge, maybe every, how long does Mars take? A little over a year, is it, or a little under for Mars? And 2 years, like 18 months. So, but the Mars and then the sister of Mars, all good thing you can say about that. But Eris, she wants to like think things through. But when you get them together, it doesn't necessarily have to be like globally. I'm thinking like war. We already got that. But it could be a time in our life where maybe around the Charon wound, it was right there. But where for us as Saggies, particularly if you're in that mid-degree, it was kind of hitting for all of us. I mean, Jupiter's going to go to 8, and then it's going to retrograde and go back again. But it's a really good time for any of us to make a fist, to break through, to reach a new level, to start something new, really big, kind of. Let's see. So, let's see if I can get a good picture with all this light, or a good, not sure what's going on. Let's see. A little bit tighter. Not that tight. The camera, sorry. Did I get this about right? You can see it the best. So this reading just is about kind of where you're at, Sag. Not really the normal love, relationship reading with the heart spread. So this is kind of your energy. I would say in and around love, romance, and relationship. It's also a spiritual read, in your alignment. I just tend to see relationships as, part of our soul's work and everything. So it's not like they're separate, but, so whether or not you're in a relationship, I mean, you still will have this energy. And, with the Knight of Pentacles over the Page of Wands, and I want to read this as your energy, these two cards. This can be past energy. I kind of want to see it kind of where you're at, where your mind's at in terms of this love, romance, and relationship. See where I'm going? So this is not some young fire sign person coming into your life. It could manifest that way. You'll see, but because what's happening is you've been this, okay, this is your reading now, Sag. You've been sometimes, Sag, we get yoked. It's not a bad thing. And we work and work and work and pull and pull and pull and we until we die. And people say, you need to slow down. You need to rest. Fuck that. Or I'll sleep when I'm dead. And, that's kind of here being this Knight of Pentacles. You're being that Sag, that can go and pull and probably, with the mutable fire, we're always just throwing off the energy, throwing off the energy. So if it's anyway high vibing energy, you might have some Capricorn banging in you, Saturn well placed. Um, people will come to you. You're like the solid one. You're that one, right? So, but what this is saying, kind of right now, I'm saying this is a June reading, June, July. It's kind of timeless read. I should have just said it's like this reads whenever you see it. But, so this is kind of like this inching into your inner self, the inner child, the flicker of romance, the I mean, I don't want to be crude, but the juices are flowing, man or woman. Like whereas maybe before you weren't feeling it, you were just in full on combat mode. It's like now, it's like spring has sprung inside of you. I'm avoiding saying in your pants, but inside of you, it be this visceral feeling. You would think, it'd be like the sacral chakra, some core type of feeling. And that's kind of maybe if that doesn't resonate, it's like it's also just like wow, it's spring. I need to get out. Not just I need to get out, just getting out. Just you bust out of yourself. You bust out of this control, this maybe work mode. This also with the Knight of Pentacles, it can be very much about like managing emotions. So it's why we a lot of times go into that mode in order to like avoid, get back into the sun, in order to avoid dealing with emotions, we just get in that Nine of Pentacles and keep rocking. Wow. So this is now what's crossing you guys. Two of Pentacles over the Queen of Swords. Wow. Now, so uh, this is very interesting. So what's blocking you? The Two of Pentacles, I don't think that's a choice. I mean, it could be, but I think like if you look at him, with all the Two of Pentacles, they're really juggling. Is what it is, and so it's all about balance. But it's Pentacles, and this is about this energy of keeping your life together. And so this could be a fire sign came in. I just came to me. So it could have been a fire sign came into your life and now it's got you off balance because this is in the blocking position. If this was not in the blocking position, it's a good card. It just means it takes effort though. It would go really well. And if it were not blocking, it goes perfectly with the Knight of Pentacles. If you had the Knight of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, like there ain't nothing gonna stop you. It's like Terminator energy. And you're just it ain't even hard. You're just cranking away, and people are going, "Fuck, look at that Sag, getting her done." And it's like nothing to me. I just get up in the morning, do what I'm doing, have fun, and living my life. But this is not it. So it's got to be either this energy is kind of incompatible with you being this Terminator Sag, and so it's hard to like balance it. But then with the Queen of Swords coming up from this unconscious position and what's crossing you, I gotta go psychological. This is classic like a mother or a father or authority figure, and it now would be incorporated in your mind is what's driving you to be this Knight of Pentacles, to pull the yoke, to always say yes, to be the people pleaser, to, always be, if anyone comes to you and says, I need this, you're like, okay, let's do it. We need to fix that, and it's coming from this energy of just being, a lot of times too, this could be like the oldest child with numerous siblings. It has this energy. Sometimes it could be an only child. But it's a kind of energy like if you're tired or something in your own mind, you're like, come on, suck it up, Sag. Suck it up. We got this. We got to drive on. We got to drive on. You know. And whereas maybe sometimes, of course, we need to be like, actually need to rest, dude. Take a minute. Um, But yeah, so either this energy, which again could be manifested as this fire sign, younger, hot person, is bubbling away in you and it's causing you to be off balance. You were cranking along in balance. And now this part of your critical mind is coming in and saying, hey, 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 you can't have this. So what do we think of that critical mind? This is advice from spirit. What does it think of that critical mind? Four of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Wow. Um, Note the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles, unequivocally one of the best cards in the deck. It's the personal energy of doing the right moves. It's a good worker card, but it's for this reading and as advice from tarot. And I always say with advice, these two cards now in this reading, I always take that seriously. And with the Four of Cups as your advice over the Three of Pentacles, it's like focus on what it makes you happy. It's kind of simplistic, but like this is kind of the advice to this is get up in the morning and just ask yourself what makes me happy or what do I love to do and do that. That's what this is as advice. And it takes a bit away from this whole relationship thing, but I think this advice is to get you back into balance. And so it's just really, seriously, at any moment, just stopping and going, wait, what is it? What do I want to do? What do I love to do? What would I love to do right now? And sometimes there's a game when I was a manager. It was one of the few good techniques I had when it was a rainy day or something slow. And you get out of control. It'd be like, hey, it's always worked. And I love to play it. And it's like, hey, let's play the win the lottery game. Somebody look it up what it is. Okay, well, if you had $680 million, what would you do? And everybody would listen to the stories would become more and more elaborate. But one thing about that game is it can open your mind. So stop and maybe do a little game where you just say to yourself, hey, I just banged the lottery for this ungodly amount of money. So now money is literally no object. And right now, this minute, I could literally do anything I want. I could go anywhere I want, do anything I want, buy anything I want. There's no excuses. So it really puts the emphasis on what do you want. That's what I'm saying with these cards. And the advice from Spirit is so strongly saying, what do you want? What do you want? Maybe you've been driving on so long that you don't know what you want, Sag. But what you want is that little spark of life here, and there's sexual energy there too. There's nothing wrong with that. And the outcome coming next to the Four Cups. I was thinking Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Wow. Wow, and that's advice. And now this is your outcome. Five of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. I think that the Five of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, I'm going to call it like this, the Sagittarius luck. There's a Sagittarius luck, and because this is you in a conscious position after all this, Spirit's telling you just focus on what you love, focus on what you love. This is you, Sag, focusing now on what you don't have, right? But in spite of that, there's this long-term committed relationship or marriage, and it'd be like a real soulmate union, something you'd really fought for a long time. That knight wasn't doing nothing for years and years and years. He's doing something, he or she, right? They were doing something. And this critical part of your mind is the same one that's got you in this lack mentality. It's like, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. Why? Because somebody back there in the day said that you weren't good enough. It can be pretty subtle. But in spite of that, there's this Four of Wands energy as the outcome, and it's coming next to this Three of Pentacles. So I think really, if you work with this energy here, this advice of just focus on what you love, that's the answer to everything. Like, more than prayer, all about manifestation is just allowing your mind to focus on what it is you love and want. And, there's just nothing bad about that. I think that's what kind of get you past this Five of Pentacles energy, Sag. What I like is very positive reading, complex reading overall, guys. I gotta tell you, you do have the Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck with this reading. So, with the Six of Wands on the bottom and the Four of Wands as an outcome, I'll go ahead and make a prediction, Sads. You guys are either going to be getting into a long-term committed relationship or marriage, like a move-in situation, committed situation, or flat-out marriage. And it's coming fairly quickly this year, sometime soon. And it's a hell of a leap to go from the Five of Pentacles into this energy. Maybe this Three of Pentacles is actually doing the shadow work, probably, guys, to get to that level, because it's that kind of reading. I want to look at it more about just where we're at personally than about anything to do about lovers. But thank you, guys. Let me know what you think of that. I'd love to have somebody comment. Let me know how that's affecting you, particularly where your energy is, where your houses are. That's always the mystery, doing these general reads. And I appreciate if you'd like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you.